Hi everyone, your skill shop is on the screen for today. You can copy it off here, you can print off the school website, or you can pick up a printed copy from school. If you pause this screen and complete this now and come back when you're ready to carry on with the lesson. Fantastic, okay. Let's look at our fluency today. So today we're going to be looking at numbers between 10 and 20 and subtracting 2. Today we're looking at subtracting 2. So I'm going to use my number line again to help me. So here is my number line, and I'm going to start on what number is this? It's got 1 10 and 5 ones. It is 15. Fantastic. It is 15, and I want to subtract 2. So subtract 2 on a number line, I can draw 2 arrows, 1, 2, to represent subtracting 2, and the remaining part is this number, which is 13. So 15 subtract 2 equals 13. You could pause this video and have a go at the remaining 3 questions on the board and then come back when you're ready to check them. Fantastic. Okay, let's have a look. So let's start with our first part is 14. Fantastic. And then we are subtracting 2. So if we're subtracting 2, we're going to draw 2 arrows. So 1, 2. Subtracting 2. Fantastic. What is the remaining part? Where have we ended up? The remaining part is 12. The remaining part is 12. So 14 subtract 2 equals 12. Let's look down here. So our first part is 13. So we're going to start on 13 and we're going to subtract 2. In fact, my first part is 13 and my remaining part is the part that's starting. So the remaining part equals the first part, which is 13, subtract 2. So I could draw my arrows, or I know that I could jump back 2 spaces without drawing the arrows. I could just count back. So I know if we go 1, 2, I know that the remaining part is 11. 11 equals 13 subtract 2. Brilliant. Let's look at our last one. So we're going to start with our remaining part. So remaining part equals 12 subtract 2. So we're going to start on 12 because 12 is our first part. 12 subtract 2, going to count back 2 places, 1, 2. Our remaining part is 10. 10 equals 12 subtract 2. Fantastic, okay. Fantastic, okay. So I'm going to hold up some numbers demonstrated in my with my cubes in a very practical sense, and I would like you to try and work out what numbers these are. So my first number has 110 and 4 ones. My first number has 110 and 4 ones, and it looks like this. I'm going to break them apart. This is 110 and 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. What number is it? It has 110 and 4 ones. It is 14. Fantastic. Okay, let's try again. This number has 110 and 2 ones. 110 and 2 ones. What number is 110 and 2 ones? This number is 12. And how would we write that? Well, to write 12, I would write it has 110 and 2 ones. So it has 110 and 2 ones. It is 12. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, so how many ones are in my 110? How many ones make up 110? Well, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 ones in my 110. So 10 individual ones makes 110. 110. Okay, so now I have 110 and 1 1. What number is that? 110 and 1 1. What number is that? It is 11. Fantastic. So how would I write 11? I'd write it has 1 1, 110 and 1 1. It is 11. Fantastic. Let's try one more. So this number has, is my hand going to be big enough to hold up all these ones? This number has 110 and 6 ones. 110 and 6 ones. So I know my 110 is the same as 10 ones, and my 6 ones, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 110 and 6 ones. Well, if I was going to write that, I'd write it 110 and 6 ones. What number is this? It is 16. Okay, so yesterday we were looking at using a part-whole model to represent breaking our whole into 2 parts, into the 10s and the 1s. we're going to be looking, so let's just check that we know how to do that. So this number here, what number is this number? Well, if I showed you in my cubes, like I've just been doing with my 110, and how many ones it had? It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this number has 110 and 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 110 and 5 ones. How would we write that? It's got 110 and 5 ones. It would be 1, 10 and 5 ones. What number is this? It is 15. So let's look at that in our part-whole model. So here I can see it's split into 2 parts. I can see that this is my tens, and how many tens is there? Is there 10 tens here? No, there's 10 ones, which makes 110. So there's 110 here, so I'd write it 110. Fantastic. It goes to my other part, and how many ones are there here? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones, and I would write that 5 ones. So my whole is, what number is this? 15. So I've represented it in cubes over here. Represented it in cubes. I've represented it in a pictorial representation of cubes. I've represented it in my part-whole model where I can see my whole is 15, my first part is 110, and my other part is 5 ones. Now I want to look at representing it in a part-whole model. Oh, okay, well, let's have a look at it and break it down. So I know how many spaces are there in a tens frame. Did I say part-whole model? I meant a tens frame. So how many spaces are there in a tens frame? How many spaces are there? My tens frame fits how many counters? 10. Let's double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. 10 counters fit in my tens frame. There's 5 across the top and 5 across the bottom. So if this tens frame is whole, what is that? So if it's got 10 individual 1 counters in there, 10 ones makes 110. So here I have 110, 1 whole tens frame makes 110. Okay, over here, is this tens frame whole? No, this tens frame is not whole, so this cannot be a 10. This must be our ones. Well, how many ones do I have here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 110 and 5 ones. So I've got 1 whole tens frame. This tens frame is whole, so it makes 110 because it is whole. And this tens frame is not whole, so this is my ones, and it has 5 ones in there. So I was going to write this. I'd write that this number has 110 and 5 ones, which is the same as 110 and 5 ones, 15. So I can represent the number 15 in my cubes practically by holding my cubes up and saying I've got 110 and 5 ones. I can represent my 15 with my pictorial representation of my cube. So I've got 110 and 5 ones. I can represent 15 in my part-whole model. So I can split it into 2 parts. So 1 part is 10, 1 part is 5, 1 part is 110, 1 part is 110, 1 part is 5 ones, the whole is 15. And I can represent it in tens frames. So I can say I've got 110 and 5 ones, the whole is 15. Okay, so we're going to carry on today looking at identifying two-digit numbers using our tens frames. So let's have a look at this one and let's see if we can work out what number this is. So here, is this tens frame here full? Is this tens frame here full? Can I fit any more counters in there? No, so it is a full tens frame. It is a full tens frame, so that means that this is 110. I know that this is 110. Fantastic. Is this tens frame full? Is this tens frame full? No, it is not full because I could fit more counters into this tens frame. So I know that this is my ones. How many ones are there in this tens frame? Let's have a look. There's 1, 2, 3 ones. So I have 110 because this tens frame is full, and 3 ones because this tens frame is not full, and I can count the individual counters. Fantastic. So I'm going to write that as a number. How am I going to write it? I'm going to write it as 110 and 3 ones, and that is 110 and 3 ones. And if I was going to represent this with my cubes, I could say it has 110 and 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. And this is the same representation of, this is a different representation of the same number, of the number 13. Fantastic. Okay, let's have a look at this number. Okay, so this number has a tens frame here. Is this tens frame full? Yes, this tens frame is full. So that means that this is 110. one 10 here. And then is this tens frame full? Is this tens frame full? No, this tens frame is not full. So how many ones are there in this tens frame? Because this must be my ones. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 1 10 because I know that this tens frame is whole, and this is my ones, and I have 7 ones. So one whole tens frame is my 10, and an incomplete tens frame is my ones, with which there is 7. So if I was going to write that a number, I would write there is 1 10 and 7 ones. And how many tens are there? How many complete tens frames are there? There is 1 10. And how many ones are left over? This frame is not complete. How many ones are in there? There is 7 ones. Okay. Let's have a look at this number then. So this number, let's have a look. We've got 2 tens frames, okay? 2 tens frames. One of these tens frames is full. So if this tens frame is full, what is this representing? Is it representing my tens or my ones? If it's a full tens frame, it is representing my tens, and I have 1 full tens frame, so that is 1 10. Fantastic. Is this tens frame full? No, this tens frame is not full, so this is my ones. And how many ones do I have? Well, I just have 1 1, so I've got 1 10 and 1 1. And how would I write that in a number? I said I've got 1 10 and 1 1. The whole is 11. 11 equals 1 10 and 1 1. Fantastic. Okay. I'm going to have a go at this one with you, and then you're going to try this one on your own. So how many complete tens frames do I have? Well, I can see 1 complete tens frame here. This tens frame is complete, so I know that's 1 10. Is this tens frame complete? No. So this tens frame is the ones. So this tens frame is the ones, and how many ones do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones. So I've got 1 10 and 7 ones. What number does this make? Let's have a look. We write 1 10 and 7 ones. It's 17. So 17 equals how many tens again? Like I said, I've got 1 10 here and 1 10 here. It is 1 10. Fantastic. And then how many ones are there in the number 17? Like I said, I've got 7 ones here, and I can see the 7 ones here. There are 7 ones. I would like you to pause the screen, have a go at this one, and come back when you're ready to check it. Okay, let's have a look then. So how many complete tens frames do I have? How many complete tens frames? Well, I can see 1 full tens frame here, 1 complete tens frame, and that's it. So I have 1 10 because I have 1 complete tens frame. How many ones do I have? Well, so this tens frame is not full. It is not full, so this is my ones. And how many ones do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 1 10 and 9 ones. How would I write that in a number? I would write I have 1 10 and 9 ones. What number is this? This is 19. 19 equals 9 tens and 1 1. Is that correct? No, that's not correct. I don't have 9 full tens frames, do I? Absolutely not. So I need to correct this. So it is not that. It is 1 10 because I have 1 complete tens frame and 9 ones because I've got 9 individual counters in that incomplete tens frame. Fantastic. Okay. So Kim completed this. Is she correct or incorrect? So Kim thinks, what number is this? This number is 41. So Kim thinks 41 equals 1 10 and 4 ones. Well, in my representation, I can see that we have 1 10 here, because this tens frame is full. So 1 10 here. And then is this tens frame full? No. So this is my ones. How many ones do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. So 1 10 and 4 ones. Is that 41? Is that the same as 41? If I was going to write that number, I would write it as 1 10 and 4 ones. Kim is not correct because it is 1 10 and 4 ones equals 14. So she is incorrect. She is incorrect because 14 has 1 10 and 4 ones, not 41. Fantastic. Okay. Ooh. No, the wrong way. Hold on. Fantastic. Okay. So Ali completed this. Is she correct or incorrect? So Ali thinks that this number is 16 because it has 1 10 and 6 ones. Well, let's have a look. So I can see here that there is one complete tens frame, one complete tens frame. So I know that there's 1 10. Are there any more complete tens frames? No. So that means there is 1 10 because there's only one complete tens frame. Fantastic. Okay. And then I want to look at my incomplete tens frames. So here there's an incomplete tens frame. There is spaces in this tens frame. So this is my ones. And how many ones do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. There are 6 ones here. What number is this? This number has 1 10 and 6 ones. So it is 16, which matches what Ali has written. So 16 has 1 10 and 6 ones. So they are correct because 16 has 1 10 and 6 ones. Fantastic. Okay. I would like you to pause your screen and please have a go at this one and come back when you are ready to check it. Fantastic. Okay, let's have a look together. So here, Sarah completed this. Is she correct or incorrect? So Sarah says this number is, what number is this? 31. She thinks this number is represented, this representation is representing 31. 31 has 1 10 and 3 ones. Okay, let's have a look. How many complete tens frames do we have? How many complete tens frames do we have? We have 1 complete tens frame. 1 complete tens frame. Fantastic. So we have 1 10. This complete tens frame represents our 10 and we only have one of them, so we have 1 10. Now we're going to look at our incomplete tens frame. So spaces in this tens frame, so this must be our ones. How many ones do we have? How many ones do we have? I can see we've got 1, 2, 3 ones. So we've got 1 10 and 3 ones. What is our whole? Well, our whole has 1 10 and 3 ones. I can see our whole is 13. Is that what Sarah wrote? No, Sarah wrote 31. So Sarah was incorrect. 13 has 1 10 and 3 ones. Now it is correct. Sarah was incorrect because 13 has 1 10 and 3 ones. Fantastic. Okay. Let's have a go at completing this grid. So earlier in the lesson, we looked at our Partwhole model to represent our whole numbers into our tens and ones and how that can be shown in a tens frame. So let's have a go at it. So I can see from this Partwhole model, my whole is 16. 16 has 1 10 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. How would I represent that in my tens frame? Well, let's start with the first part. The first part is 1 10. How do I represent 1 10? Well, I know that is 1 full tens frame. So I need to put 10 counters in my tens frame to show that this tens frame is full and it is representing 1 10. So I fill this tens frame up with 10 ones, which is the same as 1 10. So that's 10 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ones make 1 10. So I've now put my 1 10 into my 16. 16 has 1 10. Fantastic. And now I want to do my 6 ones. So where do I put my 6 ones? My other tens frame and have my 6 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I know that this is my ones because it's an incomplete tens frame. And my number is 16. Fantastic. Okay. Let's have a look at these together. So here, we're going to do this one together, and then you can have a go at this one on your own. So my Partwhole model is saying it is the whole is 12, one part is 10, and one part is no. Well, I know that the other part should be, if one part is 10, because I've got 1 10, one part should be how many ones? 2 ones. So I'm going to draw my 2 ones in here to complete my Partwhole model. Fantastic. Now I'm going to complete my tens frame. So how many tens did I have in my first part? I had 1 10. How do I represent 1 10 using a tens frame? I represent it putting 10 1 counters in my tens frame, so it's full and it becomes 1 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've got 1 full tens frame with 10 ones in, which is the same as 1 10. This is my 1 10. And now I need to do my 2 ones. So I can use my other tens frame and I can draw in 2 ones. 1, 2. So now I've got 1 10 and 2 ones. The number is 12. Fantastic. I would like you to pause this screen. Oh, just didn't complete this bit down here. It is 12 because it has how many tens? 1 10. And how many ones? 2 ones. Fantastic. I would like you to have a go at this one. Pause your screen, complete the grid, complete the sentence underneath, come back when you're ready to check it. Okay, let's have a look at this together. Oh, so my part-whole model, I don't know what the whole is, but I've got my 2 parts. So one part is, what is this part? Well, I can see it's got a 10 in there. This part is the tens, and how many tens are there? There is 1 10, and then my other part is my ones, and how many ones are there? Is 1, 2, 3 ones. So my whole is 13. Fantastic. So my tens frames has already been completed for me, but let's check it's correct. So I've got 1 10, fantastic, and 1 2 3 ones, brilliant. And I'm going to write that in my number section. I'm going to write I've got 1 10 and 3 ones. My number is 13. It is 13 because it has 3 tens. Is that correct? No, that's not correct, Miss Ayres. It has 1 10, 1 10, and 3 ones. 1 10 and 3 ones, 1 10 and 3 ones. The whole is 13. Okay, your worksheets for today are now on the screen. You can pause this and copy them off here. You can download them off the school website, or you can collect them from school. Your work to send in this week was your video from Monday of you looking at your tens and ones using practical materials. If you want to send this work in as well, that would be fantastic. So how many tens, how many ones, what is the whole? These are your worksheets. I will see you tomorrow for more Maths Year 1. Have a nice afternoon. Bye.